Hello everyone. Today we'll be talking about the CBN's recent decision to float the Naira. Now, what does this floating of Naira mean? It simply means that the exchange rate against the dollar will now be determined by the forces of supply and demand, because for a very long time, the CBN has more or less exerted influence to keep it around, say, 460 Naira to a dollar. But what the current administration is doing through the CBN is to say, let the dollar to the Naira exchange rate now be determined by market forces, which is supply and demand. Now, does floating, devaluation, and unification mean the same thing? Technically, not exactly. The floating will lead to a devaluation, which should eventually lead to a unification. Big English, let me explain. For floating, the Naira exchange rate can go either up or down, right? Remember, it is fixed. For devaluation, it's only going down. And for unification, we're not going to have an official rate or I&E window rate and a parallel market rate. We're only going to have one. So think about it this way. Picture a timeline. We're at 460 for the official rate and it's fixed, or it was fixed at the moment. But there is a parallel market rate at 750 or 760 as the case may be. When you remove the peg, which is the free float, the Naira starts to devalue gradually, right? Gradually. And when it meets up with the parallel market or black market exchange rates, and there is only one rate, then we can say unification has happened. So it starts from floating, which means it is free to move. It then devalues to the point that there is now a unification. And that's simply what it means. They are all related, technically different, but it all starts with being able to float such that it devalues and then unifies. Now, obviously, the devaluation is going to lead to an increase in prices because we import a lot, including our petroleum, which is now no longer subsidized, right? So that inflation is likely to impact on different things, and we might see a surge in prices of different items in the next coming weeks, months, or years. The good thing is that when the unification actually happens, there's more stability, more predictability, and investors can now plan better. And when investors can plan better, because there's more stability, we should see more money flowing into the economy, which should create jobs, more productivity, and efficiently enhance quality of life generally. That is if we can keep the inflationary pressures in check, because one of the disadvantages of a floating currency is the ability of the economy to manage its inflation such that it doesn't underwhelm all the successes that may be achieved. I hope you've learned a thing or two. What do you think about this whole unification, devaluation, floating? Do you think it's a good move, or you think we should have just stuck to our official rate versus parallel market rate and do what we're doing before? Let me know your thoughts. Feel free to share in the comments. Thank you very much for watching.